Lady Raerdrim, VA. I'm glad you decided to wear the outfit I selected. You clean up wonderfully. I dare even say, maybe I should have chosen something even more extravagant. I can certainly order something more befitting of you. I would just need to get your measurements first. She really knows how to go all out. Yes, you've already seen Lady Raerdrim's private gardens, but she's made it even more beautiful for this dinner. You take a seat and look at the spread of food prepared. Please, my dear, just call me Ray. Raerdrim is just such a mouthful, isn't it? But all of this is the least I could do. I would have done more, but I doubt you would have allowed it. But I suppose we should move on to the questions portion of this, oh? For starters, is there really no way for Pickles to return to his true form? Well, without dying in the process? Still worried about that pest? I suppose I could dedicate some time to its research, but he has truly exceeded his lifespan many times over. While magic can bend the rules of reality, we cannot escape it without many sacrifices. Immortality is not cheap to obtain. Liches sacrifice hundreds of innocent lives for their own. It is the same thing for a human wishing to become a vampire. They must either sacrifice a life to some deity for it to be gifted, or they sacrifice their free will and are at the beck and call of some master or vampiric overlord. I hope you understand I make no promises on his freedom, especially outside the bounds of death. If that's a satisfactory answer, then maybe we can drop this whole topic of Pickles for a little while, You'll have to accept that for now. You are curious, though. Has she ever tried to seek a partner out during all of these years? Or ever wanted a family? Oh my, I didn't think you would be curious about my romantic affairs. I never thought I needed to find a partner, per se. I've spent all of my life seeking knowledge, so the only time I thought of seeking another person was when you went missing. And a family. I don't know what to say. Vampiric reproduction is... well, it's possible, but I never wanted my spawn to have this curse. So if I were to have children, I would only ever adopt. Was that too serious of an answer? I truly hope it wasn't. Are there any further questions I may answer for you? The way she talks about you, it makes you curious. What are her true thoughts when she looks at you? What do I think? Well, I see the depths of your eyes, and I find myself captivated. Your gaze keeps my attention better than any book, gem, or painting. Your vanity rivals even art to me. When I look at you, I cannot help but think of the warmth your hands hold whenever they touch me. I linger on the memory of the heat they hold, and how the feeling stirs my unbeating heart. And when you are no longer within my gaze, I am reminded of the cruel loneliness that you once left me in. I crave and vie to have you near me at all times, but I know how unreasonable that request is. I hope that isn't an uncomfortable thought for you to know. You can feel the heat of your cheeks begin to rise, so you try and change the subject to spare your shyness. She had brought up drinking blood in the past. She did kill people back then, but is that still the case? Or is she able to take smaller feedings from humans? And in that same question, how does sunlight affect her? I suppose I wasn't so clear last time. I found out rather early on I did not need all of their blood to sustain myself. In fact, I only need small amounts here and there to abate my hunger. I won't even die without it. It merely just makes me grow weak and even vulnerable. My head tends to grow cloudy, and my inhibitions, well, they can become a bit skewed. When I am well fed of blood, I can enter churches, wear silver, hold crucifixes, and even walk easily in the sunlight. But when I haven't fed in a long time, those protections dissipate. I become like my other undead kin. I, for one, have not fed in a long time, so sun is a bit harsh on my skin and eyes. But I will not just burst into flames if I am exposed. Is that why she has bouts of weakness? Perhaps she hasn't had enough blood recently. As you begin to ponder her health, you hear her chuckle. Oh, sorry, I did not mean to interrupt your train of thought. I was just amused at how deeply you were pondering. It made me happy to think that you were possibly thinking about me so much. I thought it looked rather cute. You once again feel flustered and can't manage another coherent question. So you just blurt out, "Why is she so pretty?" Oh my, you have been very bold today. Not that I will complain. I think people would normally be bashful and deny that kind of statement, but I will instead say thank you. It makes me incredibly happy to know that you like my appearance so much. Perhaps my beauty may be capable of seducing you to stay by my side. I would not mind using such low tactics, if that means you will not leave me again. She smirks at you, and you begin to nibble at your food to alleviate the sound of your own heartbeat. When was the last time she's drank blood? She said once you died, she thought the taste of blood turned foul. So you were just curious. So you've noticed passing comments. The last time I drank blood was maybe 150 years ago? It's been quite some time, so I tend to get those things mixed up. Wow, just how old is she? And that isn't a small amount of time. No wonder she's having such a hard time lately. Isn't there any way you could help her? You could, but I don't want you to. I've made my decision to no longer imbibe in it. I cannot trust that a human wouldn't tell the churches about me, and I do not know if they truly want me to drink from them, or if it's my magic compelling them. Besides, you used to look at me with such hate anytime you witnessed it in the past, and I don't want you to think I am a monster. She said she wanted to know the difference between who Dove is and who the hero was, didn't she? Maybe this is the one way to start. If she would want to try to drink some of your blood. Her eyes glow for a moment as she stares unblinking at you. Your offer is a dangerous one. You do not offer food with your hands to a beast that has been starved. She licks her lips and gulps. The atmosphere has clearly changed. Are you truly offering me this? Hey guys, thank you so much for listening, and thank you so much for submitting your questions. Apologies again for being late, but you know how it is. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons on Patreon. Thank you so much, and a special thank you to Unplugged Professor for being a hero. Alright guys, I'll see you for the next one.